The gym.
The gym. The thing that you have to lure me to every week with the promise of a swim.
Yeah, it's really hard to get you there. Like, I love the gym and I've been going at least 2 times a week with Ali and Mom. That's my sis and my mom. For a good few weeks now, but we've been going at least once a week on Sunday. But every Sunday we have to cajole my husband here.
No, you don't have to cajole anymore. We just simply, just say, Ollie, we can go for a swim.
Yes.
And then, lo and behold, I appear with my swimming trunks and I'm like, let's go. But then apparently I have to work out first, which is not as fun.
But in doing so, he kind of mopes about the gym. So I'm like, oh, do you want to do arms and legs? He's like, no.
No. I do not mope around the gym. First of all, I go on the treadmill and I run and I'm happy as Larry. I've got my headphones on, listening to some Twin Atlantic. And then,
is it always Twin Atlantic? I have a workout playlist that he did me years ago and it still pumps me up.
To be fair, it's just like the Twin Atlantic is...
pump it up, don't you know, pump it up.
I don't think that's on your workout playlist,
I know, but I just said it. Anyway, carry on.
But I just find their one song, Stuck in a Car With You, to be very good for running to. Highly recommend, guys. And then from there, you get me to sort of come along with you and sort of join in with the workouts that you're doing.
I don't really like swimming though after the fact.
No. But to be fair, like I don't like the gym. You don't like swimming. So like we just
so we have to both make a compromise.
Exactly.
I'm like, my extensions are getting wet. I can't get my extensions wet.
And then like you sort of sit on my back like
it's like I'm riding
like a chimpanzee.
Dolphin.
You're like, it's like hooked on top of me.
Oh, he was describing me and I was describing you. So I'm the chimpanzee on top of the dolphin.
Yes. And you're just like
that's what we look like in the swimming pool.
Like a baby sloth.
Thanks, babe. Do I look like that, Alice? Even Alice is always in the pool with us.
But you just want a baby sloth be taken to the jacuzzi.
I do just want to float around.
You don't like getting in the cold. You're like, it's cold on you, it's cold. And I'm like, I'm doing lengths and I'm not...
I've done an hour workout and I just want bubbles.
But then half the time the jacuzzis are...
It's
like out of order
service all the time. I'm like, guys, I'm not going to name and shame the branch, but
if one's not out of service, the other one's out of service.
I know, it's so bad. I just like,
and they're like, can these people just get out? I want my bubbles. I want some bubbles.
I want you to get out of my jacuzzi. It's obviously my jacuzzi. And when I arrive, I need bubbles.
And then you go into the steam room and we sit there. And then you get dehydrated. So I bring a bottle of water in with me.
Yeah, but the water gets all warm anyway. Cut a long story short, I really do like swimming now since last week because I found the lane marker that I can now go up and down independently. And oh my gosh, it's renewed my sense of love for swimming. But I do need my extensions out if I'm really going to truly love it because I need to put my head underwater.
We need to get you a swim cap.
No, because you can't put a swim cap on with extensions, Ollie.
Well, maybe someone needs to make that happen.
He said this in the pool. He was like, yeah, but that's a new idea.
Yeah, new business.
New business idea. I mean, now we're telling you guys, so you're welcome.
Guys, if you steal,
you're welcome,
if you steal
guys.
this idea, like, we will come for you.
Will we?
We will. We will find you.
Really?
And we will demand compensation.
Yeah,
with a whole
Liam
army of lawyers.
Yeah, right. All right, Liam Neeson.
Honestly, it's too costly for that sort of stuff.
It is. Oh my gosh. Oh dear.
But
solicitors, eh?
Shall we get? How did we go from gym to law?
I don't know. It's what we do.
I tell you, I am keeping up with that gym motive of having a McDonald's Diet Coke.
Is that
That's my drink for this.
That's your brand. To be fair, we did go to Mackey's because we're filming a lot of podcasts today. So we were like, me, Ali and Ol, we hopped in the car, didn't we?
We made the mistake of thinking it would give us energy, but instead it's kind of just put me into a sugar
coma. We're all like
coma.
sloths now. You're a sloth, aren't you, Ali, in the corner there?
Yeah. She's struggling. We did get her up quite early in the morning.
We did, bless
Sorry,
her.
Al.
We're an amazing team. Anyway. Let's roll the titles.
Yeah.
This is But I'd Never Marry a Blind Woman.
A show where we answer all the questions you're too afraid to ask about dating, marriage, and finding love with a disability.
I'm Lucy Edwards-Cave, presenter, author of my soon-to-be-published book, Blind Not Broken, and blind wife of...
Me, Ollie Edwards-Cave, her sighted husband and the man usually behind the camera.
Each week on this podcast, we...
Your fave intro-abled couple.
Debunk the stereotypes of dating with a disability, dive behind the inspiration porn headlines, and unpack your relationship dilemmas.
So when people say...
But I'd never marry a blind woman.
You can answer.
Well, I would.
But I never marry a blind woman. But I never marry a blind woman. Podcast, baby.
I, 27 male, think I'm falling in love with a blind girl. 29F.
Ah.
So similar age to us as well.
Yeah, cute. Is this recent?
It's 7 years old.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
So, we are really late to the party here, but you know.
Here we go.
An interesting story is an interesting story.
It's true. It never stops being interesting, darling. Keep going.
So this is on relationships.
Yes.
One of my childhood best friends was married this past summer, and I, 27 male, was invited to be a groomsman. Oh,
That's so sweet.
this is like all good love stories.
It's very, honestly, also, it's very relatable because everyone we know right now is getting married,
It is.
including us last year.
Yeah. And we got at least 2 to go to this year already.
We do. We're so excited.
It's all happening.
Oh.
So, turn your voiceover off. You can't be letting the Ring doorbell let us know. Oh, you've turned your torch on.
Woo.
The wings of a dove.
Honestly, Ollie always goes, "You've turned your torch on," and I'm like, "Have I?"
Turn it off.
Turn off torch. Is it gone?
Okay, I've turned torch off.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go. Okay, is voice off?
Yes, it's
All
off.
phones on silent.
Okay, sorry, darling. Carry on.
Okay. I served as an escort to the bride's sister, 29 female. Beautiful girl, wonderful person, amazing personality, blind. Yep, that's correct, blind. But still, way out of my league. I had a lovely 2 days of socialising with her and left it at that. Imagine my surprise, a few weeks after, to receive a phone call from her. She got my number from my friend and felt compelled to get in touch. It was a shock to be pursued by someone, under other circumstances, I probably stood little chance with. Our dates began simply as me going to her house, where she lives with her parents, and is dependent on to a certain degree. She suffered from a degenerative condition discovered at an early age, and through surgeries was able to retain some vision until 26. A fact she laments, having preferred not to rely on her sight for so long. Her need for assistance became an apparent fact when we began going out in public, always keeping me close to her, which I don't particularly mind. Sounds pretty decent so far.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's all going. And to be fair, like if she's had some vision until 26 and that has recently lost the rest of it, I can understand why she might be a bit more dependent.
Yeah, agreed.
Truth is, I'm falling hard for this woman.
Oh.
I adore her. I love spending time with her. I get that stupid warm feeling. Oh, and she's insane in bed. Yes, I had to tell everyone I had sex. Despite her disability and mild dependence on others, she's otherwise a very self-sufficient person. She's a great cook. She owns a small service company, which is unspeakably cool.
Love it.
Sounds like she's got her stuff together.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm given pause because I found myself at a juncture where I should make a decision concerning my future with her. With someone else, I'd most likely just continue to let things progress and enjoy myself until we feel your typical relationship trappings. But this is completely different.
Why?
I wouldn't even begin to know how to approach certain challenges with a visually impaired person. Things like, I want kids. See our previous podcast for that one.
Yeah, see above.
I wouldn't even know how to ask the question. Also, what's expected of me?
Just ask it.
What's expected of me if our relationship gets serious? Would I be willing to face what's coming? I hope I don't sound like a horrible person. I'd rather know now than get serious and nope, I can't do this.
Oh my God. Face what?
I don't know. What's he
facing? He loves her.
Yeah.
That's it. The end.
She's quite clearly got her life together. She's got her business. She's got
yes.
got her stuff together. She's maybe like, because she's just gone like lost the rest of her sight, a little bit more dependent than she otherwise would be.
Yeah, but it's fine. Jeff Bezos has dependents. Why can't we?
Exactly. And
She's 69, it's Jeffrey.
Isn't it 4?
Jeffrey. Born in 1964 is Jeffrey. Jeffrey Bezos.
but anyway.
Oh,
Oh God.
Alice's Border Collie doesn't like Jeffrey Bezos.
Sorry,
Meep,
Meep.
sorry, Meep. You keep barking every time we sing.
But yeah.
That's
She's
Alice's Border Collie, by the way. He's in the room.
called Meep because Roadrunner.
Roadrunner. He's very Roadrunner. Meep, 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 meep. Anyway,
But yes, what questions like does he have left to ask?
don't think he really has any leg to stand on. He really just needs to communicate with her.
Yeah, I guess like if he's not being raised in an environment where blind people are seen to be
Independent, sexy, beautiful,
But-
majestic
but the thing is-
beings.
But he's found all of that. She's apparently sexy.
Yes.
Like she's apparently
Good in bed.
good in bed. She's got her stuff
Life together.
Life together.
She's got a business.
Yeah. She's
She's at her parents, but you know, if you're single and 26, you could be at your rents.
yeah. And
Especially cost of living, house
Yeah.
prices at the minute, you're going to be.
yeah, it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
And-
So what's he got to moan about?
Exactly. And also like with the kids question, just ask. Just ask the
Just
question.
ask her.
Like, does she want to have kids? Like, surely, like that can be a question. And if she says, "I want to have kids,"
Ollie's like, I do not compute.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Just see her as a normal human. I can see your brain like exploding
And,
a
like,
little bit.
if you're worried about like potentially having blind kids, like IVF,
Get over it.
IVF route,
Or get over
anything.
it.
Yeah, there's many different ways
I'd have
around this.
blind kids. I think blind kids and blind people are just bloody brilliance.
They are bloody brilliant, but you also
Thanks,
don't want to
Dave.
put them through the trauma of losing their sight if they've had sight.
Yes,
That's quite upsetting for a small child.
it is.
Don't know why I've gone northern.
No, I don't either. But at the end of the day, that's their decision, though.
For a further discussion on this moral dilemma, see last week's podcast.
Also, I just want to preface, like, that is our opinion.
Yes.
It's like not necessarily like a given that you
She
would want to
will-
do that or have IVF or any of these things. Like, you do you, boo boo. We'll
She
do
will
us,
probably
BB.
have her own opinions.
Yes.
But I'd say just go for it. Go for it, man.
Shoot
Like-
your shot.
What's-
Ask her
what-
out.
What's his name?
I don't know.
We haven't named someone for a while.
Oh, no. Luke.
No. I've got a work colleague called Luke.
Lucas.
No.
Michael.
No.
We've done
We've done
Michael.
Michael.
I was going to say Bernard, but we've done Bernard
We've done
as well.
Bernard as well. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Bezos.
No, okay, not Jeffrey.
Joffrey. Yeah,
Joff-
Joffrey.
Joffrey?
Joffrey.
Okay.
I did say Joffrey.
Well, Joffrey. Give it your best shot.
Joffrey, shoot your best shot.
Yes.
Can I challenge you to a duel, Joffrey?
Joffrey.
We're taking the piss now.
We
I don't
are-
want to take the pee.
But he needs to go for it.
He does. He's been a bit of a tool.
Like, don't ask the
He needs
people
to
online.
shut his toolbox and
How-
just go get her.
Have you met people online? Don't ask them for advice.
Oh dear. We're those people online, can I just say, and we're giving advice, unsolicited advice.
Yeah, don't trust us. Like,
Don't trust our podcast. Just
We're-
get off the internet
we're
and
here
go
for-
shoot your shots.
We're here for the entertainment value. Don't take us for actual advice.
Oh, I would. I think we're quite nice
Yes.
people.
I think we're quite nice people. But yes,
We don't get everything right, and we're not the font of all knowledge. But if you can take us with a pinch of salt and you just like listening to our dulcet tones, then you might want to give us a listen and
Yeah.
follow our advice.
if
possibly.
you guys
But
want to have some advice, then what can they email?
help@lucyedwards.com. Can I just say that we're not responsible for the actions that you do take from our advice?
Unless they're fantastic and it ends up with you like making millions and millions of pounds, in which case,
We'll have a cut.
yeah, and please subscribe to our membership on YouTube.
Ollie. Right, let's go on with the next thing.
Okay.
Joffrey needs to get on his bike and go kiss his gal.
Yes.
Right.
Good luck, Joffrey.
Good luck, darling.
7 years ago.
Wonder
Sure
if
you-
they're still together.
Sure, you've already made your shot.
Right, let's
shall we have
go.
a quick? Shall we stalk his account quickly?
Yeah, go on. Stalk Joffrey. Is he actually called
Did he go
Joffrey?
for it? Oh, he didn't give any updates. Oh, damn it. It's on a throwaway account. Damn it, Joffrey.
Damn it, Joffrey.
Give us an update, Joffrey. If you end up listening to this, or if your
In some
girlfriend
weird universe that you do listen to us. Right, let's go
Well-
now. Let's go now because this is getting boring.
To be fair, actually, like there might be a universe where he is listening because
Really?
like you're quite big in the blind sphere.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Not like I'm just saying. So maybe his
Thanks,
blind
babe.
girlfriend, if they did go out, might be listening to you, and
Might
therefore
be.
they might actually have a chance of listening to this
Possibly.
podcast.
So, Joffrey, we're really sorry. We are just, having a giggle.
Yes, but if you are listening, give us an update.
Yeah, please do. We'll have you on, both of you. Please come on our podcast. We'll interview you.
Can we also just say how romantic it was that they met at a wedding?
That is really cute.
That is very cute, very rom-com.
It is very rom-com.
Okay, anyway, time for a news story.
Yes.
We have a silent menace.
Why?
Yeah, that got you, didn't it? That was,
Did you? Why? Come on.
It's disability advocates urge Toronto to enforce e-scooter ban. E-scooter ban.
E-scooter van.
Not an e-scooter van, an e-scooter ban.
Well, you don't even want to get me started on my soapbox of e-scooters,
Well,
do
that's
you?
why I thought you might like this news story.
Okay, darling.
Despite not being allowed on the streets, sidewalks, or bike lanes in Toronto, disability advocates say e-scooters are everywhere, and they are urging the city to start imposing the rules preventing their use.
Well, they do
Arguing
need to
the
get in the
two-wheel
bin.
micro-mobility vehicles pose a danger to disabled and senior residents. Advocates want the city to maintain and enforce the ban on vehicles, saying they are still being widely used across the city. A virtual public meeting on Tuesday evening, hosted by the Canadian National Institute for the Blind,
Good.
focused on the e-scooters and growing concerns the city will reconsider the ban on them because they are a silent menace.
They are
Someone
a
like
silent
me who
menace.
is blind can't tell if they're coming up in front of me or behind me.
I agree.
And to be fair, I don't think I need to read much more of this article because I think that you have opinions. I think that was really just a starting point for
Can
your...
I just say, just for starters, when me and Miss Moles are on the side of the pavement and e-scooters are just littered everywhere, that is my first non-tolerant opinion.
You mean when people like just park them up? I saw a guy doing that the other day, actually.
Yeah, they just get off them and they just walk away.
Well, literally, he parked sideways across the pavement, took a photo, and left.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're like,
Oh, no.
mate, stop being a dickweed, get back on and park it somewhere where someone's not going to go arse over tit.
With their guide dog.
I'm very riled. Honestly, Miss Molly, bless her, she doesn't mean to clip me on these things, but if we basically need to be in the bush to get round them, then what is she going to do?
didn't you knock one over the other day by accident?
Yes. That isn't my fault, by the way.
I know.
Like, that is their fault.
That's why I said by accident.
And
I didn't
also-
say on purpose.
Well, I know, but also you can't even tell, like that person said from the charity, you can't even tell when they're coming up again, like behind you, in front of you. They are so silent, just like electric cars.
And they're
Electric
really
cars
speedy.
have some.
They have that
They
sort of
have-
like whirring noise.
But you can't really hear them at traffic lights. Electric cars, don't even get me started on those. They need like a little sensor in them to go beep, beep, beep or something when they're going across. Like literally all it takes for these people to do something is just to turn on a sound. Like, come on, that is all we're asking. And I know that I'm very entitled probably when I'm saying this, but you are going to run us over. I'm genuinely
to be fair, I don't
going
think
to
it's-
die.
I don't think it's that entitled to not be run over.
Well, yeah.
Like, I think that's like a fairly nice request.
Human right. I think it's so scary. And just being a person who's a guide dog user, trying to navigate the world with my ears and being so tuned in to the sounds around me. I have had so many mobility lessons when I have reprogrammed my ears to listen to specific sounds, tune into car noises, engine noises, bike noises, like all that jazz, things that are in our environment that either I'm able to kind of listen to and know when they're coming up so me and Molly can act appropriately or decide what we're doing appropriately. When there's silent things around you, there's never going to be a point in time when we can control where we go in that situation. And that scares me. Like, I always pride myself in having a mobility aid that when I'm behind that mobility aid, I am very much in control. That's why I think with blind people online, like we all get really annoyed when we get unsolicited help from people trying to drag us across the road if we quote unquote look like we don't know where we're going, because we always feel so in control when we're with our mobility aids because we've been trained on them, and most likely trained on the said route that you're seeing us on in the wild. So it's really scary when that's being affected or that's being jeopardized because you've worked so hard for your independence. It's almost like, oh my gosh, no, another roadblock, something else that we have to deal with, another, you know, bit of street furniture or thing that we can't control and have to navigate around, like roadworks, like this, that, the other. And guide dogs are very versatile and malleable, but there's only so much we can kind of take on at one time before we are going to be put in serious danger.
Yeah, and well, I guess like what it is it's the sort of fight between society wanting their environment to be quieter,
Yes.
and not having all this road noise, versus like the accessibility elements of it. Now there might come a time when, like, you know how in, was it Switzerland? There was someone was commenting on one of our videos saying that blind people in X country, can't remember what it was, instead of like having like the beepers on the button, like how we have, they still press it, but like they wear something around their neck.
Oh, isn't that in Spain?
It might be. Yes, I think it might be that. So
I'd love to try that.
Then they get the alarm and they go boop, 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 boop. But like, what happens if you leave it at home or you've run out of charge?
True.
Like,
It is true. It needs to be universally designed, because if you don't acquire one of these bits of equipment, then it renders you kind of not being able to
also,
know what's going on.
it doesn't work for strangers to
No.
the city. It doesn't
No.
work for tourists. There's a
No.
whole bunch of things.
That's
But
true.
like, yeah, there should definitely be a more universal way of doing it.
Yeah, there
like-
should be.
And it doesn't have to like necessarily, like, I imagine as like technology gets more sophisticated, there'll be scanners on the car that will make noise if they see a human or something.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't account for blind corners.
It doesn't.
So-
It is a lot, and I don't know how. I mean, we're talking as a population, as humanity at the minute, about AI rules and regulations. What are we going to do when AI tries to control us eventually? And sorry, that's very existential. We need to push out regulations and, you know, kind of understand what roadblocks are facing us as a population with electric vehicles and AI in a quicker fashion, because it's affecting our lives, and then we're just implementing them without kind of knowing what's going to happen, and then big accidents happen.
Yeah. I imagine, unfortunately, that a lot of rules for safety
Come
are written
in.
in blood.
Yeah, which is horrendous, really.
So I imagine there'll be some sort of accident that then
Well,
will
that's sad.
cause, unfortunately. Now, if
That
we
is
can prevent
really
that
sad.
from happening, that would be great. But I imagine the way that society works, that won't be the case.
Well,
That's
that
probably
makes
quite
me
a
really
jaded view.
sad. It is.
But
And I hope that's not the case. I really do. But I just hate e-scooters. What was the conclusion of the article, darling?
the conclusion of the article is, let's have a look. So, too often in cities, they are left lying around on the sidewalk, he says. For blind
They
people,
are?
they're a tripping hazard. For people in wheelchairs, they're an accessibility barrier.
They are, yeah.
Then as we scroll down, they're giving recommendations
For what?
about it when they're actually moving. My difficulty as a blind person is I can't jump out the way, says Ian.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
have no idea
Ian.
what direction to move in. And we've actually done a video on that where I think
Yes.
like
that
we
was-
rented one and I drove at you and then Alice, your
Pulled
sister,
me
like
out the
yanked
way.
you out the way.
That was actually really fun to film. Really dramatic. The slow-mo shot of my face. Your face, Graham, your face. Anyone know
I've
the quote?
Apparently back in 2021, Toronto City Council voted unanimously to opt out of the province's e-scooter pilot in May 2021. So that's sort of like what we have here, where like you can get the Lime ones and all of that.
So they opted out.
Yeah, but
Oh,
evidently,
brilliant.
like people are still like got them
Wanting it.
privately, or
Right.
maybe from
They're
other
banned
cities.
here, aren't they?
They are banned for private use. They're not banned with the
On
Lime.
Lime scooters.
Yeah, some cities have banned them
Right.
because they are like quite a danger, and some like they have quite like you have to get a driver's license or whatever, and then it's logged to that. There's a whole bunch of things.
Just make them be able to speak to us.
yes,
Not
not-
speak to us, but like
Like
make
the-
a noise. Make them make a noise.
even if it's just the whirring sound that like electric cars make or something.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, no, because even the whirring sound that electric cars make, that's not a proper sound. Because if we are in a traffic scenario, I still won't hear that.
That's true. It'll
The
be
only
like,
reason I hear the whirring sound is when Mom approaches the drive, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can hear the robot approaching my drive." It
Spaceship.
really is a spaceship. Like
Star Trek
that's what it
Enterprise.
sounds like. But I can only hear that because our road is relatively quiet at the time that she is pulling up on the drive.
Yeah, to be fair, you can't
So-
hear it over normal traffic.
Yeah, you can't. So triggered.
Yes.
I'm triggered.
But in
That
other news,
concludes-
yes, the final point is that, like, you know, your little quip about AI there, and when
Yes.
the overlords take over, I reckon that the AI overlords will be quite nice to blind people. With all this training
True,
that's
to
going
be
on
fair.
with
Be My Eyes, shout out.
Be My Eyes and all these other things that are deliberately designed for blind people, I
Yep.
think
And we're taking photos and it's audio describing everything to us. I'm loving AI. I know I had a quip at it, but oh my gosh,
They
it
might
is
very
being
well-
very kind to me.
there might very well be the scenario where the Terminators take over, but like it protects blind people.
Yeah, at least I'll know where I'm going. And then
What's a short
hopefully, I'm thinking that one day I'll be able to get into our car, boop in a postcode, and there we go. We go off.
Yeah, you can pick me up.
I'm hoping. That'll be nice, won't it, baby?
It will.
Anyway, that concludes today's episode. We really hope you enjoyed this one. Wherever you're listening, wherever you get your podcasts from, please give us a rate because we really love to hear from you. But also, if you're listening on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We always love a new subscriber.
And we have memberships.
We
so if you want
do.
early access, we can post on there.
Yeah, we actually have a bit of a behind the scenes of Ollie earlier. I'm not going to go into it, but yeah.
There's always something. Also,
Something
don't forget to
he's
email
doing.
help@lucyedwards.com.
Yeah, please do. And send in your dilemmas because we read them out or we either do bonus episodes that you hear a bit more about our life. So that's how the podcast is structuring. We are trying to find guests and we're forever thinking about ways we can make this podcast really entertaining for you guys. We're really loving doing it. It's
Yes.
the highlight of our week at the minute.
And
we love
remember,
it.
remember Joffrey. If you got any updates, hit us up.
You're free, hit us up. All right. Bye, guys. See
Bye,
you next
guys.
week. Bye.